It's the 6th of January 2021 and in 3.5 weeks my life is going to change. I'm moving to Belgium for 5 months as part of my Erasmus program and I'm so excited! Could have chosen a better time, not gonna lie, but look, we'll just go with it. It's not going to be the experience I thought it was going to be when I signed up for the Erasmus program over a year ago, but it is still going to be a really good experience. I'm going to learn a lot about myself, I'm going to learn how to live independently, and I'm going to have a great time, even if it's going to be a bit different. Part of the reason why I decided to film this was because I googled study abroad videos, what to pack, what to do, how to move into a new place, and there was actually not as many videos as you might think, so I found it a bit tricky. So I was wondering if maybe I'd be able to help someone else who would be looking to study abroad, hopefully not during a global pandemic, but just in case, you never know, and as well to have a nice little memory time capsule of the time I moved to a different country alone, to a country whose language I don't speak, in a global pandemic. So I think it'll be a really interesting time in my life and I just wanted to have it documented. So there's actually a lot of stuff I need to do before I leave. I need to pack, I need to get a COVID test, and I need to work on my Dutch, and I need to find a way to say goodbye to Dublin and to my friends when I can't physically see them because we're in level 5 lockdown and it's pretty shit, but it is what it is. Let's do this thing, yeah! Belgium, woo!
In summer 2019, I went interrailing with my friends for a month and we stayed in Brussels for 3 days. When I was picking where I wanted to spend my Erasmus, Belgium was top of the list. It was beautiful, culturally interesting, and had lots of great food. I also thought it would be a great experience for me because I'm quite interested in EU law. I had been self-teaching Japanese online during lockdown and thought, seeing as I had so much free time on my hands, I should start learning Dutch. I know French well enough, but the official language of Antwerp, where I'm going, is Dutch. I knew it was similar enough to German, but I know absolutely no German, so I was pretty much starting from scratch. And of course, I'm using Duolingo. I know it can be a bit hit or miss depending on what language you're learning, but the Dutch lessons provide pretty comprehensive explanations of grammar rules and when to use certain words. I like that you get reminded to do it every day, and having a streak encourages you to keep it going. I've been doing a lesson, writing the new vocabulary into my notebook and answering Duolingo questions to help me learn. I haven't gotten hugely far yet, as I kind of held off on learning Dutch until I knew for certain I'd be going to Antwerp, but I think I'm making good progress. I'd honestly be happy just to be able to have a very basic conversation with someone in Dutch, and hopefully actually being in Belgium will help me naturally learn the language too. I've also found using other websites and subreddits such as r/learndutch really helpful, as they can provide little tips and tricks you wouldn't pick up from Duolingo, as well as examples of podcasts and Dutch TV shows to help immerse yourself in the language. I've also tried out Lingui as a dictionary if there's an English word I'm really dying to know in Dutch. I've been watching a few YouTube videos where Dutch people speak Dutch to get a feel for the pronunciation. It's a little bit like Irish, where there's some really throaty noises that are quite hard to make, but hopefully I'll get the hang of it. Mijn naam is Aoife en ik hou van Nederlands. I really hope I said that right. That's pretty much all I got right now, but I'm really enjoying learning Dutch. So the next thing I needed to tackle was packing. I started by going through my old clothes and seeing which ones didn't really fit me or weren't really my style anymore. I then either gave them to charity or passed them on to my sister. This freed up loads of space in my drawers, and then I could decide what I wanted to bring. I started using Notion to keep track of my college work last year and found it really helpful in organising what I needed to bring to Belgium. I created a specific page within my home space for Belgium, and then separate pages for packing, shopping lists, and just a general list of stuff I needed to organise before I left, such as photocopying my passport and filling out other travel documents. So here's my suitcase. I paid for a 20 kilogram with Ryanair and started by putting everything on top of the bag instead of in the bag so I could see what I had.
My sister told me about this way of packing t-shirts where you fold it into like a little roll, like guys in the army do it. They fold it into a little roll and there's a pocket and you switch the pocket over the top of the t-shirt and you get this like cute little roll. And I don't know if I'll have the patience to do it for all my clothes, but it could be handy for saving space, just a cute little roll.
Spoiler, I did not have the patience to do it for all my clothes. I mainly went with the traditional folding method. I crossed off the items as I put them into the bag, and a few days before I left, I was all packed up and ready to go. So the final thing I had to do before I left was try and say goodbye to Dublin in lockdown. Dublin is the only place I've ever lived in my whole life, and it's going to be kind of weird to leave it behind for a while. In the last week before I left, I mainly did little things like going to the hospital to get my prescription, going to the pharmacy, going to the shop, going for walks. There were lots of walks, to the Botanic Gardens and around town, just to see the sights for a few more times before I left. I suppose a nice thing about lockdown is that it's encouraged us to walk around our own areas and find places that we haven't seen before, or explore places we already know and find new things about them that we like this squirrel that came up to me and nearly jumped on my foot in the Botanic Gardens. Dublin is not a perfect city by any means, but it's home. There'll be a lot of things I'll miss about Dublin, like my friends and my family and my cat, but also just the familiarity of knowing where you're going and knowing where everything is. There are some things in Dublin I hope change while I'm away, but I hope a lot stays the same. I hope when I come home from Belgium I have a new appreciation of Dublin and everything it has to offer, but I also hope I adjust to living in Belgium and find a sense of familiarity in a place that is unfamiliar to me. Who knows what it's going to be like, honestly? I guess we'll find out soon enough.